that woman, that woman, she definitely deserved her title, the Queen, because there was an inner spirit with her that just transcended everything, and people didn't know what it was with Aretha. I knew, quite a few of us knew, but it was just like, wow, they were just bowled over when Aretha came. And I remember the first time I heard of her, my mom again introduced me to her. She was traveling with her father, Reverend C.L. Franklin, and she was doing gospel music. And again, my mama was in the church circuit, and she went to the auditorium, and she came home just raving. She said, "Baby, I saw a little girl tonight, and she was just absolutely wonderful." She said, "But there was a sadness in her eyes, and I just felt like I wanted to bring her home with me." Well, Aretha's mom had passed on by that time. And I remember my mom having this conversation with me. She said, "I just felt like I wanted to put my arms around her and just bring her home with me." And I was saying, "You should have, Mom. You should have," And after that, down the line, I got a chance to meet Aretha. And we bumped heads the first time. I was the local singer around town. I was singing with a jazz band around town at the time. I was in high school. And there was a lot of controversy about Aretha converting too, to pop music. But I knew she would be wonderful, and I knew she would be great. And church and spirituality is in here anyway. And it's the way you carry yourself and the level you keep certain things on that makes the difference, in my opinion. So she came over, and she came to Atlanta to play the Royal Peacock. And we were Atlanta's little darlings, okay? And they came out that night to support Aretha. They loved her too. But when I got up to do my set, when she wasn't in town, I was doing her material. So I got up to do my set, and afterwards, they said, "Well, sing Today I Sing the Blues." I said, "Well, I'm not that tacky." I mean, the Queen is here now. She can sing a whole song, you know what I mean? So, anyway, she was very quiet during that time, and I went over to introduce myself to her. And she was just kind of introverted, and she didn't receive me. And my little feelings were hurt because I was very young then, I said, "What's wrong with her?" For a long time I couldn't get, but I always admired her, always respected her music. And after we got older, I got a chance to tell her, so we could work that out, get that out of the way, because that's the way we're supposed to be as a people. We're supposed to be supportive, and we're supposed to love one another, and we're not supposed to be petty. We're supposed to move on, with things and not hold it. So we were able to do that, and then eventually we got a chance to be in some of the same places at the same time, working together. I still want to share a stage with her, though. I'm one of these days I'm gonna get her to do that, or a record or something, because I just admire her so much, her music.
Now, one of the things you also wrote in your book, and I was a little shocked by this, you talked about your first meeting with Aretha Franklin and how you were.
She has not forgiven me for that.
But I thought it was interesting because you said how you extended your hand to her and you said hello and she ignored you, and then you were at the Grammys and you spoke to her at the Grammys and she ignored you. And in the quote from your book, you said, and this is a quote, "She could sing it, she could spell it, but she wasn't interested in giving me any respect." Now, are you any closer today, or what is your relationship like with Aretha now?
You know what? I never withdrew from her, and I've always tried to reach out. But someone, you have to allow them to grow to you.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes, And I call her every once in a blue moon. I mean, we were close at one point. We both lived in Detroit, and that kind of thing, and we kept closer contact. But as we grew, she just kind of got away from me, you know what I mean? And I've been waiting all this time for us to do something together, and I still want to do something with her.
That would be incredible.
Well, hey, come on
That
now.
would be incredible. When I saw you on Oprah with Patty and Aretha, and that was like one of the most incredible shows I've ever seen, to have the three of you together, you know. That's why I was a little surprised to find out that all this stuff was going on.
Yeah. I mean, I've been longing for that for the longest time.
Wow.
I may try to call her. When we get through with this call, I'm going to get somebody to find her number for me, and I'm going to call her behind.
She touches you somewhere. It's not just lyrics and melodies, you know. It's some life in the songs and the stories that she tells through this music. She didn't really know what she had. She was kind of shy. I know you've met her before. She was kind of laid back and quiet, you know, and when we were telling her, hey, Ree, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so, she was just very chilled about it, you know, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
She just put it all in the music.